Love line of 48, Skyline 3170. Echo Alpha, hold for 18 left, Skyline. 3405, visual 18 right. For land, hold short of Bravo, full cross, on 405. 2003, switch port. Qatar Airways 1711 with your visual runway red.
With a camera.
1434 right. 18 left, line of 1434.
The following
All right, Hotel 18 left, 14 Lima, 2214. American 1711, with your visual, 18 right. Thank you, clear land 18 right, hold short of Bravo, American 1711. Roger, good night, Skyline 3171.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you may be on this big blue marble. It's Walt back with you with another edition of Runway DFW After Dark. We're here with you on Friday, March 29th, 2024. Good Friday for some of our viewers. And welcome on in. What you see there, we still have double your pleasure, double your fun, 2 British Airways A380s here at DFW Airport. We'll talk about that a little bit later as we progress here on the night side at Runway DFW. Welcome all, and thank you for tuning in on this Friday night. Let's see who's here. Well, we have Dale Helton. Hello, Dale. We have Jennifer Rutherford favoring us with a $5 super chat. Back from the UK, had a blast. Double go-around in Paris led to impromptu sleepover. Sent you a clip. I haven't, I guess you must have sent that recently. I've been in transit. So I will look for that, Jennifer. Thank you so much for that. Jennifer had a week-long trip to the UK, and including England and Scotland, and so be happy to hear about that. Gerard is up late tonight. He's a moderator and a channel member. A big hello and a great pleasure to see you all here today. Thank you, Gerard, for popping in late at night for you. Imagination Aviation says, I saw a plane from Melbourne land. Texas Girl says, beautiful night out here at DFW. I thought I saw you in your vehicle back there somewhere. There you are. Texas Girl behind me. Travel the Caribbean 2009 says, good evening, Walt, and the Incredible Mods. I'll second that. Incredible Mods. Devin Barnes says, good morning from Melbourne, Australia, where it's already Saturday. Duck Aviation says, 2 A380s. Yes, the one on the right is inoperable, at least as far as I know. We saw that plane parked where the plane on the left was last Saturday night when we were here. We had hoped to show you it taking off, and it never took off. We were here till after 11 o'clock at night, and the flight had been scrubbed. And we got back here on Monday, and the plane on the right was still there. And so here we are 5 days later, and well, almost 7 days later from when it was supposed to have taken off, and it remains parked. It's our information that it was there was some hydraulic issue related to that gigantic aircraft. So there it is. And yes, A-list flyer Chris, XLEG, that's its call sign, and that's still out of commission. Patrick Lloyd says, hello, everybody. And we're going to pull away from this to get a 777 coming in from Los Angeles. It's American Flight 2811. A 777-200 arriving from the City of Angels. And I should warn you, if you have subwoofers going into your TV set tonight, to turn them down, because it is a windy one tonight. Now, I think the winds are dying down a little bit from their maximum earlier, but we turn around and look. We're looking to the north now, and you see the wind blowing pretty ferociously coming in from the south. Texas Girl has favored us with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Texas Girl, so much for that. Here I am. Here's our big lens. We'll swing that around. Unlike Monday night when it was very windy and also cold here, it is very pleasant this evening. See if I can get that temperature on there. Somehow I turned it off. There it goes, 72 degrees. Very pleasant evening here. Windy, but we can tolerate that. Monday night, it was 20 degrees colder, and it was 20 degrees colder, and the wind was blowing from the north, and it was just blech. Here comes American Flight 1599. This one took off a couple hours ago in Las Vegas. It's an Airbus A321. Here on Runway DFW After Dark for a Friday night. If you look closely, you might be able to see 3 MD-11s in that shot, and there's a fourth one. So we have 4 of those triple holers here this evening. Landis McGowie with a $10 super chat. He's a channel member. Walt, so good to again be with you and the whole Runway DFW crew. Thank you, Landis. So yeah, we've got these three. There's two on the left there, one on the right, and then, well, we've got, I'll show you the other one here momentarily. There it is. There's the fourth one. So I don't know how much of the UPS MD-11 fleet that comprises, but that's a pretty good fraction of it, I would guess. We have this flight coming in from Sacramento, California. It's an Airbus A321 flight 2448. Did I say 2448? Well, that's what it is. Our friend and moderator and channel member Pittsburgh Don 77 is celebrating 1 month of membership. It's been a month already. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Don, for being a valued member of the channel. Wilson Whitmarsh is our newest subscriber. There you see 3 aircraft in the getting ready to take off over yonder. We're in South Flow today, so the planes are taking off to the south. They're coming in from the north. This is an aircraft headed to Salt Lake City. No, that's not right. And Landis McGowan has contributed a Trijet membership. What do we got there? Oh, Turkish Airlines coming in. Thank you. And thank you for that super chat. That was Texas Girl checking in. Where'd that plane go? I lost that plane. There it goes. It's just after sunset here in North Texas. Officially. There's Texas Girl. Now, what I haven't checked yet is to see whether this plane is going out. The A380 there, the British Airways tail. Anthony Guinan with a $2 super chat. Southwest Airlines at DFW. Any thoughts? Well, I mean, I think that would be a great idea for Korean Air Cargo. Cool. So we're in line to see not only a Turkish but Korean Air Cargo 747. What about that? And that will be here in about 5 minutes, I'm going to say. Yeah, 5 minutes. The Turkish Dreamliner will be here in about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to pull away from this real quick to catch the Medal of Honor livery coming in on American Airlines. There you see it. The highest military honor, I believe, is delivered. And that particular plane was coming in from Tulsa, an Airbus A321. So, Anthony, I think I'm very much in favor of Southwest Airlines setting up shop over here at DFW. It seems like a long time coming. Southwest has a very limited ability to grow. Well, they can't really grow at Love Field here in Dallas, which is their traditional home. That was the plane I was talking about to Salt Lake City there, by the way. Delta Flight 1383 and Airbus A220. And I think we've caught up on our planes that were waiting to take off. A couple of tri-jet tails there for you. And let's see how far that Turkish plane is out from us. Got two more planes coming in ahead of the Turkish. And then there'll be an A319 and then the big 747. So that'll be nice to see. Here's M.R. Rice back now from his trip to the Philippines. Here's a question for the group. How many flights on international flight? On Thursday, I was the very last passenger to leave the plane. I counted 4 sets of captains and first officers. So, of course, that would have been an international flight, which would have needed additional personnel to relieve the initial crew, but I don't know how many. I don't have any insight into the operations.
Just about there.
I believe he was on MR was on a Korean Air flight back from, I guess he changed planes in Seoul to come here because we don't have any direct flights to the Philippines.
All right, approach plans canceled. Track localizer, climb maintain.
As you can see, it's an American Eagle E-Jet easing its way down on runway 18 right.
Runway heading 3000 for American 1657.
And I think we have a go-around. And I believe this is the plane that was in line ahead of the Turkish Dreamliner. And I'll give you the ID here in a second.
Right turn 190 American 1657.
So that was flight 1657 coming in from Los Angeles, making a go-around, so we'll see that again. That was an Airbus A321. No, that was not.
190 on the heading American 657.
Sorry, that was, yeah, that was an Airbus A321. Okay, so now we're going to be waiting for the Turkish Dreamliner, completing a flight of more than 12 hours, well, going on 13 hours from Istanbul, a 7879 Dreamliner. And it's actually behind those trees. All right, so the next arrival, unless it goes around, is going to be Flight 1813, American Airlines Airbus A319 from Wichita in Kansas. Look, we got a little studio audience here tonight. All right, we turn our attention to the northern skies once again. And there should have been plenty of time for the Turkish Dreamliner to get out of the way. Heath Shelton, a very nice guy, has gifted us 5 Tri-Jet memberships. DFW Railfan Productions says, Walt, I don't know if you're going to stay for it, but an Iberia A300 or A330-300 heading to DFW in about 2 hours. Also, what is the reason for the go-around just now? Well, a lot of times that is hard to discern. I didn't hear anything on the ATC that might have given it away. Most often, I mean, it's all speculation, but most often the incoming flight sees a plane on the runway that hasn't cleared the runway yet, and just for safety reasons, the flight deck will decide, and we're just going to go again. But it could be other reasons. Because of the wind today, there could have been some kind of a wind shear, which was affecting the piloting of the plane. They decided, well, we don't want to go into that wind right now at that moment. Sometimes the control tower orders a plane to go around, and I didn't hear that, but that could have been. So, a number of reasons.
Number 785, Mike. RN out to B Park, prepare for takeoff 18.
No, I didn't even know. I wasn't watching. Gotta go back. Wow.
So there's a plane from Wichita. We shall now spin around to catch the 747, which is not too far behind. This is flight 255 coming in from Atlanta. It's a 777.
We'll be on the west side, American
777-8. It's an 8-year-old cargo plane in the distinctive colors of Korean Air.
Bye, pushing departure. Good night, thanks.
So I always like to think that if for some reason our signal goes out and we go off the air, at least we've been able to present you with a Queen of the Skies. But I think we're going to be in for at least a couple of MD-11s going out this evening. We got 4 of them over there. At least one of them's got to go out, right? And if this plane has a quick turnaround, we may even get to see it take off later this evening, depending on how long we hang out with all of you.
RW, Larry, clear takeoff. 1 left, American 1246.
Well, you can go down the fence and then walk down. Oh, you can still go down there? Because they fenced this on Wall Street and you couldn't go down there anymore. Yeah, no, you go all the way down to the fence. And then you can walk down.
Runway 1 direct. Clear to land, runway 1 direct. Volatility 390.
So I once again want to thank Heath Shelton for gifting 5 Runway DFW memberships. Thanks to you, Heath.
How's it going again?
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah. I did see the parts that they had for the BA.
Yeah.
That one that was parked over there. It was a piece of metal about yay big. It was supposed to be for the doors, for the retracted doors. I met the mechanics over there, and they were working on that plane probably since Saturday.
Right, yeah.
So that's what they were working on. They kept moving it back and forth all the way through the whole day today.
The plane itself was moving back and forth?
Yeah, they were doing the towing back and forth between the gate and through, so I don't know if it's going out tonight or not.
Oh, well. They've got one that I guess is ready to go out, but
so
we'll see.
That's what I heard so far.
Okay, so it had something to do with a door?
A door for the retracting for the landing gear.
Oh, the landing gear door, okay. Because we saw it on Saturday night. It was parked there. It was supposed to go out at 8. They delayed it, then they delayed it till 10, and then they just canceled it.
Yeah, they had issues with the hydraulic fluid. The hydraulic fluid went out as well. So basically, as soon as that happened, it was like a snowball effect.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for that update.
No problem.
That's great.
Yeah,
So again, we're talking about the second, or we'll get a picture of it here, but the British Airways Speedbird A380 there on the right-hand side of your screen has been here at the airport since last Saturday night, and we just received indication from an employee who works with the planes that it was the hydraulic system on one of the landing gear doors, and you can only imagine how massive that must be on such a gigantic plane.
Clear, pick up 1 left, American 29.
Here comes a Volaris plane arriving internationally from Mexico City. See, if I don't know the answer to something, one of our viewers almost certainly does.
Over to departure, Skywest 9920, over next.
Ryan Paulding says, good evening, my friend Walt. Happy Good Friday. Is China Cargo or EVA Cargo coming in tonight? When I worked security for the cargo plane, sometimes we had all 3 on the ground at the same time. You know, I've been busy doing my regular job today, and sometimes I'll get a chance to look at at what's on Flight Radar 24 as far as planes arriving, and I didn't get a chance to do that today. I didn't get a chance to scan the arrivals and departures, so I'm going to be as surprised as you are with whatever we see tonight.
Tower, American 2709.
That Frontier plane's coming in from Santa Ana, flight 3326.
DFW Tower, 2324, visual 1 right.
And adorning that tail was a birdie, Betty the Bluebird. So there you go, Betty the Bluebird. We have a couple of super chats to acknowledge. One from Emre Yurtas, a channel member, says, which A380 is going out, the one at the gate or the tarmac? Well, as far as I know, it should be the one at the gate. But I guess we're going to find out together, won't we? And Jennifer Rutherford with a $2 super chat. You can share my go-around clip, Walt. Well, thank you. I will do that. Mark Johnstone says hi. Hello, Mark. Oh, here's some inside information from A-list flyer Chris. Did a little digging. Rumored Southwest Airlines routes paired with Dallas-Fort Worth include Baltimore, Washington International, San Jose, and I'll have to go back and look at the rest of those. This is flight 1659 arriving from Los Angeles on Airbus A321. So let me call up Chris's note here. Other potential routes include San Jose, Cancun, Chicago Midway, Denver, Houston, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Nashville, Phoenix, and Orlando. And he goes on to say any international out of DFW definitely makes sense. It certainly does, because they can't do that from Love Field currently. So much good information.
Line up and wait, 18 left, 2709.
I'd like to thank Chad Hart, who's a channel member, celebrating 9 months of membership at Runway DFW. Good evening, Walton Mobs. I'm loving these MD-11s. Well, yeah, I am too, and again, it is my sincere hope that we'll get to see at least one of these go out tonight. See if we can widen this out a little bit to get some more MDs in that shot. Have to start bumping up the gain on our cameras pretty soon. That's looking a little dark. I'll just brighten that up a little bit.
Tower American 1060, 5.5, visual 18 right, parking. Airline 18 right, American.
That would be American flight 2709 going to Palm Springs.
After Laren 18, left with takeoff, American 2709.
For some reason that looks askew. I'm gonna not follow that along and try to get our tripod straightened out a little bit there.
Tower American 2100 approaching heading, visual 18 right, parking west. Midland 18 right, American 2100.
Flight 296 arriving from Phoenix, Arizona, 737-800. And taking off there in the background is Flight 2709 off to Palm Springs, an Airbus A321.
Have a good night, man.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the info.
No problem. I think I'm subscribed to you.
We'll go to departure 2709.
Was it about 6 months now?
Cool.
So we're doing all right.
Thank you.
Keep up. Good work.
I will do that. Hello.
Can I take a picture with you?
You sure can.
You say your favorite YouTuber is
Oh, really?
Walter.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
You keep saying. Okay. You've been keep asking me that one too.
I'm getting my picture taken.
Are you happy?
What is your name, young man?
Nolan.
Nolan, I think. Do I have it here? Let me go to the car for a second. Stand by, everybody.
Crossing 18 right and straight in. We'll wait it. Tower, American 1939, ILS, runway 18, right parking east. Clear land, 18 right, American 1939. Echo Alpha, hold short 1 left. Alpha cross 20 left, 0.65 in the base.
All right, doing a little PR there with my new friend Nolan. Arriving there was American Flight 2100 coming in from Kansas City. Let's scoot over here just a bit here. See what the status is of our Now we expect this A380 to go out this evening. So let me see when we can expect that to occur.
Echo Alpha short of 1 left, right 21, we are parking left.
Well,
Yes, sir, we'll cross 1 left at Winston.
I have to tell you, I don't see it on the docket here.
Hello, Roy 39, 94, 1 right. Only 1 right, space line on 39.
At least through 10 o'clock. And this is a flight, the A380 usually goes at about 8 o'clock or 8:15 or something. Now I do see one of the MD-11s headed out at right around 10 o'clock. So in about 2 hours from now. But, you know, I don't... let me check one other thing here.
Echo, Alpha, hold short of 18 left, American, 96.
Well, I see this as being, well, it's scheduled to depart at 7:50. It says actual departure, oh wait, this is the 29th, sorry. Estimated departure 7:50 p.m. Check of the old clock on the wall indicates that 7:50 p.m. was about 20 minutes ago. So, what to make of that? Not sure. We're coming to you live from Founders Plaza. Well, I should do this, shouldn't I? Let's do this.
165 on the bridge, cross 18 left on Alpha, American 99.
You're watching continuing coverage of airplanes and stuff from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport with me, Walt, your host on Runway DFW After Dark. We'll be here with you for, I hope, another couple of hours or so. You know, when we have a picture that's askew like that, my mind always goes back to Batman, the original TV series. Whenever they had the crooks, they would always tilt the camera sideways when there was a fight going on. No fights here tonight, though, so hang out there with us. Runway DFW After Dark on Good Friday, March 29th. You saw a Viva Aero bus kind of exiting the shot there, but we'll go back to it. Let me dial up the gain here, as we traditionally do when it gets to be this dark out. This would be flight 781 to Silao in Mexico. I had to plop down our gear in a darker spot than usual. Oh, there's the big A380 moving out there. It's being pushed back. So I'm saying to myself, why is everything so dark where I am? And that's because, well, it's dark where I am. We're not under a light as we normally are. So that's the disabled A380, the one that had the hydraulic problem. You can see it's got a stairway up to the door, but if we pan over there to the left, there's its big brother or twin brother, or however you want to say it. That is flight 192 going to London Heathrow. And it is pushing back, or being pushed back, and so we'll get to see that in just a few minutes. So there are the two. Still got two A380s here at DFW for a limited time only. Channel member Jimmy Henry says, "Hey, I'm watching from Kentucky." And Him Bike is watching from Coleman, Texas. Remember, you're just with a $2 super chat. I read that the Southwest is coming to DFW because of no space at Dallas Love Field, and that is true. Love Field in Dallas, which is the other commercial airport in North Texas. Love Field used to have more gates. They closed down a whole wing of the of departures to comply with rules and regulations and whatnot. So there's only about 20 gates there, maybe 18 at Dallas Love Field. Most of them are operated by Southwest. Delta and Alaska have a handful of flights in and out of Love Field. And Southwest, which is based in Dallas, in fact, their headquarters are right across the street from Love Field. Southwest, wants to grow, and so with limited opportunities to grow at Dallas Love Field, they're looking over here. And right where that second A380 is parked, in front of that kind of elevated structure where you see an occasional interterminal train go by, DFW Airport is getting ready to build Terminal F. The first brand new terminal here in, I think since the early part of the decade or of this century. DFW is celebrating 50 years of service this year. Let's see if we can show you Terminal F. Here is the current lineup of terminals, A, B, C, D, and E, in this animation provided by DFW Airport. And there's where Terminal F will be. And it says here open as soon as 2025. I think it probably won't be ready by then. Because this animation was prepared, I think, before the pandemic, which slowed things down a bit here as far as new terminals happening. Texas Girl says, as big as DFW is, I'm surprised Southwest, doesn't land here already. And it's just something that they chose to do. And also, it's not that easy to get gates here because American is in control of things. Here comes American Flight 926 from, is this Bozeman? No, Belize City in Central America. Hour and 51-minute flight on that 737-800.
Yes, sir.
You see a little Super Cargo Master arriving there in the distance. Came in from Abilene on runway 13 right, which we don't get to see from here.
Before takeoff, A380. Runway 1 left, runway take please.
Volaris Flight 893, an Airbus A321 is off to Guadalajara in Mexico. Airbus A321. It passes by. The big brother there. Well, we got tail to tail there. A couple of A380s. Bucks greets us from Houston, Texas. Hello there. DFW Railfan Productions says, I think the next international airline coming in is Iberia. Before that is the American Airlines US Airways Heritage livery. Kay Christensen is favoring our non-member viewers with 5 gifted Tri-Jet memberships. Thank you, Kay Christensen. And we have the entire city of Houston, Texas as our newest member. This is flight 1723, arriving from Cancun in Mexico. Airbus A321 Neo. And there are one of our final shots of the twin A380s. The one on the right is on its way to London. The one on the left is still apparently waiting to get repaired. And there's the Spirit of Australia in between them, along with one of the Qatar flights that comes in on a twice daily basis. Ghosty, a channel member, is urging on our viewers to propel us to 60 or to 300 likes before this plane takes off. And speaking of our members, I was ill-prepared on Monday to present this list to you, and I don't want to forget. So here we go. We're going to show you our thank you scroll to Runway DFW members. And that list begins with a name you all know, James Webb, who is the official channel sponsor of Runway DFW. Thank you so much, James, for your many contributions to this channel, including these terrific cameras which we which we present to you. Not that one, that's one of our own, or that's one that I bought. That's really just a, that one there, that's just a, what do you call it? Those little USB cameras you plug in. We're just using that for a little, I don't know, extra color camera tonight. And our broadcast position isn't as well lit as it normally is because we're not in the light.
Walk out the lane, clear for takeoff. 18 left, American 1222.
American 2368, line up to wait 18 left.
American left 03, get out. Tower on board 3711, visual along the right. Good land 18 right.
Now I know we have a lot of new members tonight of the channel, and this list was prepared this afternoon, so if you're a new member, you won't see your name on it until our next broadcast. And our next broadcast may be as soon as tomorrow afternoon. I haven't figured that out yet. I think the weather's going to be okay, so we may be out here tomorrow afternoon or maybe tomorrow evening. So the flying horizontal apartment building now passing by Terminal D on its way for takeoff.
Good night, American 1222.
Raina Taylor says, Walt, you missed my membership milestone earlier, but I knew you were busy talking to that kid. I celebrated at the wrong time. Well, there's no... Hey, thank you for bringing that to my attention, because I can go back in time. I have that power. So let me find that. Because that's important. Raina Taylor celebrating 10 months of membership. 10 months already. I can't believe it. Howdy, Walt. Thanks for bringing us the planes at DFW Airport. I can't wait to meet you again soon. Much love from this equestrian champ. And Raina is indeed an equestrian champion. We celebrate that all the time here. She tells us about her exploits. That is American Flight 1832 arriving from Denver, Colorado. An Airbus, sorry. It's a Boeing 737-800. Here comes that big jet. JTB Airliner 320 says, hi, Walt, coming down for Eclipse. We want to watch planes with you Sunday night. This Sunday night or the Sunday before the eclipse? I think I figured out where I'm going to do the eclipse from. And it may not be here. It will be at an airport though, so. I'm very worried about this location as far as being able to set up here. I'd like to be here. But I think it may be a little too crazy, so I may have an alternate location in mind. But again, we will be providing live coverage of the eclipse on Monday, April 8th. Last I saw that there was a story in the Dallas Morning News today about how the very early forecast for April 8th here in North Texas indicates it's going to be cloudier than usual. And of course, cloudiness is not what you want to hear when you're trying to see an eclipse. But we'll be live nevertheless, because it's still going to get dark in the middle of the day. There'll still be something to see, but it won't be quite as dramatic if we have cloud cover that day. But if you are not in the path of the total eclipse, I hope you will take some time out of that Monday to hang out with us here at Runway DFW. Still 72 degrees here, but with an 18-mile-an-hour wind, I'm starting to feel the bite of the wind. I may have to go get my Runway DFW official packable jacket windbreaker. But not until we see this big aircraft take to the skies. Plane running a little late, about 30 minutes or so, 40 minutes later than schedule. Spirit plane coming in there. Tally ho. I don't know if we're getting a jet blast or if it's just the wind kicking up coincidentally with the takeoff of this big plane. Turned off its tail. So there it goes. Off to the UK. And here I go off to get my windbreaker. I'll be right back. See if I can do this within one song. I put on my windbreaker the wrong way. It's backwards. You know, my grandson is just learning to tie his shoes, and I'll have to tell him about the story about his grandpa learning how to put on a hoodie. Wow. Okay. Anna, the dispatcher, says, Walt, I appreciate your stream and calm, comforting voice tonight. I'm not doing so well. Anna, that's not good to hear. I hope this cheers you up a bit. And I hope it's nothing serious. Your presence here always cheers up us up. This is American Flight 1093 arriving from Puerto Vallarta in Mexico, 737-800. DFW Railfan Productions just became a member of the channel. Thank you, DFW Railfan Productions. Welcome. I mean, I know you've been here before, but welcome as a member. Christy Dennis says, hello guys, from your South Carolina girl. We have lots of well wishes coming in for Anna the dispatcher. Heeless Fire Chris says, oh, well, you put it on the right way, just inside out. I didn't even check. It may be inside out. I don't know. It's kind of, as I said before, it's kind of dark over where we are. We're there on the left side of the screen. Normally we're just a little bit over there where the light is, but I was trying to get our equipment set up in a place which was as close to my vehicle as possible. And DFW Railfan Productions wants to know, what's the difference between twin jet and tri-jet membership? Well, it's a different financial contribution, but really I don't have any special bonuses for any of the membership levels. There are certain things that all members have access to, which regular viewers don't, but not that much, not that many. I know I should work on some of those things. There you see Qatar Flight 730. It's going to Doha. It's an Airbus A350 1000, and it's doing what it typically does, which is go over the bridge to take off from the east runways. It'll take off over here sometimes. It just depends on what the dispatchers decide. So there with the East Tower and the Dallas skyline in the background, off goes that big A350 1000. And that completes our list of members of the channel as of this morning. No, as of this afternoon, I should say. So thanks again to all of you for that. Kevin Cosper says Runway DFW After Dark is the serotonin that I never knew I needed. George Ripto says, getting a little nippy for Walt. Well, again, I'm not complaining that much because as you can see on the screen, 70 degrees on this late March evening. Although I would say that March is going out like a lion, at least as of right now. All right, let's see what's happening here. We've got coming in here an Ameriflight Cargo Beach C99 arriving from Wichita Falls in Texas. Not very far from here. But it may well be the oldest plane that we see tonight. So let's draw a bead on it. Coming in from behind these trees, but while I still can, we will give it its musical salute.
1982.
Oh yes. A 42-year-old aircraft still providing service. Again, this is a cargo plane coming in from Wichita Falls. Left there 32 minutes ago.
20 right, clear to land, number 3490.
So I always wonder when we see a plane this old, I always have to wonder, what if that plane could talk? What would it tell us about all the places it's been, all the landings it's made? Christy Dennis says, I live 2/10 of a mile, or is that 2/100th of a mile from a hospital, and I just heard the medevac helicopter fly over my condo. AP channel member says, anyone heard the news about Southwest Airlines will announce at the end of April operating out of DFW once their restriction expires in 2025? I don't know. There have been a lot of rumors. Haven't seen anything confirmed. Jeffrey said, got some crabbing action going on with that landing we just saw. Yeah, I couldn't. You guys have a better view of it than I have. Looking at it on my tiny screen. Next arrival coming in from Springfield. It's an American Eagle Embraer 175, flight number 3490. There it is. Just pointing my camera in the wrong direction. Ooh-wee. It's a dark and windy night here at Founders Plaza. There's some kids with, I don't know if those are balloons or whatever. They've got, I think they're like Mickey Mouse balloons. Hang on tight to those things, kids, because they're about to blow away. Next plane to arrive is American Flight 2270 from Omaha, Nebraska. A 737-800.
Contact departure runway 3723.
DFW Tower, 2492 on the visual approach, runway 18 right. Runway 18 right, clear to land on 2492. Loading.
Candace McCowie says it was a dark and windy night.
Alright, we'll cross 18 left.
It is indeed. But we're doing okay. American Flight 2104 is next to check in from Minneapolis, St. Paul, the Twin Cities, don't you know? It'll be a 737-800. Once again, presenting itself from peeking out from behind the trees. So once again, we got those are two of the 4 tri-jets that we've got across the way from us. And according to the schedule, we should only be seeing one of them departing on this Friday night. AP stating the LB is very windy out there. Yes, yes it is.
Oh, by the way, we're going to be down like 1.
That there is American Flight 1406 and Airbus A321 going to San Antonio, Texas. But I think we will instead present you with the arrival of Delta Flight 2492. It shall be coming into us from Salt Lake City, Utah, being Airbus A220.
Echo and Alpha, hold short 18 left, off 2492. Going to take a 18 left on that line.
Super 80 Swiss Air channel member says, been gluing the main parts together on my Delta TriStar model. Can't wait till this damn thing is finished. Send us a picture when you get that done there, Super 80. That was an Airbus A380 American Airlines off to San Antonio, Texas, flight 1406.
Breakfast 1406.
We have an arriving flight from, I believe it's Brownsville, Texas.
Takeoff on Amplitude on Boeing 3334.
It's an Embraer 175 American Eagle.
Sure.
Michael J! Exclamation point is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Michael J! Is that how we pronounce that? And Jerry Zwiba is another new subscriber. Thank you, Jerry. Christy Dennis says, I've enjoyed chatting with you. I'm going to go to sleep now. Well, sweet dreams, Christy Dennis. Thanks for hanging out with us on this evening. I see Bev A in there, one of our channel members and moderators. Hello, Bev A, to you. Didn't see you popping in there. And I see Skittles in there. Hello to you, Skittles, in the chat room. We've got, coming in from Tulsa, Oklahoma, American Eagle 5515, a CRJ 900 LR. It looks like it's coming in on runway 18 left. Now, normally the flights arriving come in on 18 right. There you see a plane in the background there arriving on the east side of the airport. So for whatever reason, runway 18 right, the arrivals runway is not open right now. I haven't had a chance to look over there, see if there's any operations vehicles there doing a runway check. But for this moment, we're down to one runway. One of the two parallel north-south runways here on the west side, which is open. So if that one looks a little further away than the other landings have been, that is why. Right behind this plane is a flight coming in from Cancun, Mexico. This is flight 681, an Airbus A321. And right behind that is American Flight 226 from Phoenix, Arizona. It'll be an Airbus A321 of the Neo variety.
Good evening, Qatar American 1510, what is the one of RNAV Lauren, quick takeoff on the way 3861. Line up anyway, 18 left to American 1084.
So here comes the flight from Phoenix. As I struggle to maintain control of my camera tripod.
Departure on board 36, check.
Well, it's just after 9 o'clock here at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. And if you had any questions, we're going to answer them for you here. What you're watching is Runway DFW After Dark. Walt here with you. We'll be here with you, or you with, probably at least another hour. We'll see how we do. But we've got lots of planes to watch. We may have an MD-11 taking off in the next hour or so, so hang out with us. And check out our chat room. Got to be a subscriber to participate, and I hope you'll think about that. Here on Runway DFW After Dark. It is Good Friday, Friday, March 29th, 2024. Happy to see you here. Happy to make your acquaintance if you are new to our humble little channel. Channel member James Tokini says, I like watching airplanes land and take off, but I sure miss the afterburners going off when I was in the Navy on an aircraft carrier. Well, that would certainly be a plane spotting coup to be able to bring you a live broadcast from an aircraft carrier. Technically, I think it's possible. I don't know if the military would approve of it. I'm just glad I have headphones tonight, because otherwise my hat would be in Oklahoma by now. The headphones are holding the hat to my head. In fact, when I was setting up, before I had headphones on, I just took my hat off. I mean, I almost always wear a hat outside, but that was not going to work out. I could tell. Testing out a new clock there in the lower right-hand corner. What do you think about that? It's a little bigger than our other clock, but it has the date on it. It might be nice to burn the date on these broadcasts. There is the Stand Up to Cancer American Airlines livery. Not really very easy to see in the darkness, but that was it. Arriving from Aguascalientes. No, that's not it. That was Flight 384 coming in from Orlando, Florida, an Airbus A321. Flight 384 was that. And heading out there was a flight to Aguascalientes, American Eagle. All right, let's see here. Seems so dark out here tonight. Well, it's overcast, and there's a moon out there somewhere. I haven't seen it yet. We will be shortly seeing the arrival of American Flight 1510 from Charleston. Charleston, South Carolina. It'll be an Airbus A319. Kenneth White says the clock disappeared. Yeah, I was just testing that one blue clock in the lower right-hand corner. Doesn't really match our current color, our nighttime color scheme. I don't know if you can see it in this shot. Oh, not in that shot, but in this shot. See this big sign that's attached to this chain link fence in front of it? I parked our gear behind it to kind of keep the wind from buffeting our equipment. When we were here Monday and the wind was coming from the other direction, my laptop was almost blowing over in the wind. That is American Eagle Flight 3323 off to Wichita, number 175. We're going to zoom out here and bring you the arrival of American Airlines Flight 2157 from McAllen, Texas. He'll be here in just a second. Flight 2157, a 737-800. And once again, you may be seeing in the background, if you're just joining us, there's a British Airways A380 parked over there in the future area where Terminal F will be. And it's been here since last Saturday evening. And we have subsequently learned that, well, it didn't take off last Saturday evening. The flight was scrubbed, and it's been here ever since. And our information is now that it had hydraulic issues involving one of the doors to its landing gear. And so it's still down there, I guess, waiting for repairs. Channel member and moderator Josh Aldridge says, I need to get some rest. Have a good night, everyone. Josh, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for being a member, and thank you for being a member of the Moderation Federation. Much appreciated. Channel member Andy Davies waving some British flags at us.
American 1322, I'm with you on 2415.
James Stokini says moonrise is at 12:18 a.m. on Saturday, so that is, I don't plan to be here that late tonight, so, and I don't even know if we'd see the moonrise because of the overcast skies. That was an American Eagle E-Jet, touching down from Jackson, Mississippi, after an hour and 20-minute flight. An Embraer 170 was that. Next to arrive is coming in from Mexico, from Los Cabos. It's American flight 2651. An Airbus A321 on runway DFW After Dark.
We're American 142 spot. Whiskey Lima, hold short, 18 left, American 26.
That's where we normally park ourselves, under that canopy there. And it's kind of nice because there's some ambient light there, which helps us see our way to push the right buttons and all that. But yeah, so just a little bit in the dark here.
Order departure for American 1771. See ya.
There's a plane crossing right above us now. Make it out. I can't. It's gone beyond the limits of my tripod to point up in the sky. There it is. Well, that wasn't too illuminating, was it? I think that was the flight to Fort Lauderdale. I think our focus got all out of whack, too.
Line up and wave 18 left on board 3795.
Well, how about a little 777 action? That is American Flight 345 going to Los Angeles. So we'll be seeing that taking off fairly soon, but there are several other aircraft ahead of it in line here on 18 left. Including that American Eagle plane going to Abilene. And that, of course, is the East Tower of DFW Airport there in the background. And the skyline of downtown Dallas behind it. American Flight 1299 is arriving from Austin, Texas, 737-800.
Find that American Airbus 20 left line up for weight envoy 3541. Support runway 37956. First runway 188 at Bravo, hold short of runway 18 left, standard 1342.
We have a United jet over there somewhere. There it is. The one on the right is United Flight 2005 going to San Francisco. It's an Airbus A380. So we'll pay a little tribute to this one.
RNAV to Lauren, clear for takeoff, 18 left envoy, 3541.
As this is a 20th century aircraft.
1998.
What we got there? The One World livery coming in from Tampa. Thank you. Texas girl keeping us informed, making sure we don't miss anything. This Airbus A321 touching down from San Diego. American Flight 2361.
Cleared land 18 right, short of Bravo, American 2468.
And taking off down there for Midland, Texas is American Eagle Flight 3541. And it looks like we've got the big 777 now getting ready to roll to Los Angeles. Flight 345. Skittles is checking in with a $20 super chat. I'll get to that in a second. Thank you, Skittles.
Roger, Whiskey Golf, we'll clear across, runway 18 left, and then we'll make the 180. We'll hold short, Whiskey Golf, and we'll be ready 023839 in 2005.
So I think I'm going to try to come out here on Sunday. Maybe we'll do a rare Sunday afternoon broadcast. Our friends Kevin and Rudy are taking Sunday off after their grueling but very interesting trip to JFK Airport in New York at the TWA Hotel. Some great broadcasts from those guys. So let me once again acknowledge Skittles' $20 super chat just because Runway DFW is so awesome, says she. Well, I wouldn't say that about us, but if you choose to, that's fine. And I thank you for that. Here is that 20th century plane we saluted just a little bit ago. Airbus A320 off to San Francisco, the city adjacent to the bay.
Clear to land 18 right, short of Bravo, American 25.
Oh, did I see like a searchlight over there? Did you see like a searchlight beam? And it looks like United is having second thoughts about taking off. So no shame in that. If there's something going on, it's just gonna circle back and recheck everything.
Line of the way, 18 left, right, 36. Whiskey Kilo, hold short of 1 left on line 3548.
Airless Flyer Chris says they're bringing several arrivals from the southeast over the field to the west side.
Down, American 2756, you want to right. All right, class 18 left, and then over the ground for Encore 35.
Dalen Berry says, can you say hi to Jenny Talia? Love the stream.
And 13 right.
Okay. Jenny Talia, hello.
Take care, American 1538.
Thank you for watching. And you too, Dalen. So that Airbus A320 is got something to work out before it takes off.
Particular short 1 left, Encore.
Got another Airbus A320, also a 20th century model, which is about to arrive from Oaxaca, Mexico, but this one's American Airlines. So it's sort of American Airlines older planes. It will be flight 2468. Who do we appreciate? And
RNAV Lawrence, to take off American 833.
here it comes.
1999.
So just barely makes it into our jingle package here. Of course, a lot of airlines, including American and including United, are chomping at the bit to get some new aircraft, and from both Airbus and from Boeing. And of course, we all know Boeing's having some issues right now. And you know what?
American 833.
There's the plane I had intended you to see. I didn't press the right button.
Bravo, hold short 18 right. RNAV Lawrence, take on 18 left, American 2430.
But that is the 20th century Airbus A320
High-speed Whiskey Lima short
American Airlines edition.
All right, 1 left, line number 1, American 21. American 2512, there's a 1 second.
So I think this United plane that we were looking at is still hanging out.
Start on with 841, sound visual 1 right.
So we'll keep an eye on that one. Arriving now from Destin, Fort Walton Beach is American Airlines Flight 2562 and Airbus A319 or 319.
Hi, Tower, first year flight 1730 about a mile and a half outside of Yosemite. Visual approach, American 1793, park 602, whiskey on the visual runway 18 right, good evening. Far away, let's clear, circuit 219. 18 left, American 1797. Clear land 18 right, hold short, taxiway Bravo, crossing line 2602.
Ayla Slayer Chris says, I bet that United plane was slapped with a flow time, and we've seen a lot of this for aircraft that are headed to San Francisco, especially in the recent days. So it may be that there's not a slot open for it in San Francisco during its flight time, so they're keeping it on the ground here so that when it gets to San Francisco, it doesn't have to circle round until there's a space available for it to park or to land.
Line up and wait, American 1706.
So that makes sense. But I don't know, and I guess the reason that the aircraft remains or doesn't just stay at the gate is because they've got to clear the gate for other planes. So. Yeah, well. An American Eagle E-Jet. Touching down from Corpus Christi, Texas. Yeah, we are still hoping to see one of these tri-jets go out before. It was originally scheduled for about the top of the hour, so fingers crossed. There's a sound I've never heard. This is American Flight 1793 arriving from Fort Lauderdale in Florida, 737-800. Here on Runway DFW After Dark. Texas Girl letting me know that the Iberia flight from Madrid is in range. It'll be an Airbus A330. 300, I think. And that... I'll check that in a second here. It's Irish Dublin, who's been a channel member for 9 months now. Top of the evening to you, Irish Dublin. Thank you so much for your continuing support of our little channel here. So the Iberia flight from Madrid, now it says 21 minutes away. It's over approaching Bonham, Texas. Still a little bit ways out, and I would expect that plane to land over on the east side, but I never know. That American Airlines flight, it's an Airbus A319 there on the right side of your screen. It's going to San Luis Potosí in Mexico. It's Flight 861. Hey, there's Vince Las Vegas. Hey, channel member, good Friday evening to you, Walt and friends. Hey, Vince. So good to see you here tonight. Simplicity says, I will be plane spotting tomorrow morning to see the early heavies land. Yeah, we get, during the morning hours, we get to see typically the couple of American flights coming in from Hawaii, some wide bodies. We get to see Japan Airlines coming in from Tokyo. On some days, we get to see Korean Air coming in from Seoul. Now, Korean Air is going to be expanding its schedule to DFW to daily later this year, I guess in the summertime. Right now, the Korean Air direct flight to Seoul is, I think, 3 times a week. Oh, and we'll get, I haven't talked about this yet. We're going to get a new airline, or at least a new to Dallas Fort Worth airline coming in here in, I believe it's June or July. Breeze Airways is going to inaugurate service betwixt Dallas and its base in Provo, Utah, which is in the Salt Lake City area. So we'll welcome Breeze Airways, bringing its Airbus A380s to Dallas-Fort Worth. It'll be, I believe it's a twice a week service, a bi-weekly service. So not just kind of dipping their toe into Dallas-Fort Worth. But yeah, always good to see a new airline popping up. Flight 2707 to Austin, Texas. A 737-800 is poised for takeoff. But we may tilt up instead to see the arrival of Flight 2602 coming in from Charlotte, another American Airlines base of operations, a hub. Here goes the flight to Austin we spoke of just moments ago. Austin, of course, the capital city of Texas. We'll spin things around here to give you an indication of why I might feel so buffeted today. Those are the 3 of the 4 flags on the flagpole here, flagpoles here at Founders Plaza. So we're looking, this camera's looking north.
Ready, now 2005.
And as you can see, the wind is coming out of the south.
Runway 18 left line, point now 2005.
Roger, American 2050, good night.
Emery Urchus with another $2 super chat. Walt, were you able to catch Kevin at JFK? Yeah, I saw. I didn't see any of it today, actually. I saw the other days of broadcasting. The TWA Hotel just looks fantastic. I look forward to visiting there myself someday. And there you see that's a gigantic American flag there next to that radar tower. You can see that radar tower is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably 8 stories tall, 9 stories tall, 10 stories tall. So that gives you some indication of how gigantic that flag is. And as you can see, it's pretty unfurled there by this wind, which the airport is putting at 22 miles an hour. Channel member Rigoberto Juarez says 400 likes, very good. I concur. Thank you for your likes. Channel member Phil G says another great stream, Walt. Thanks for braving the elements while we watch from the comfort of our homes. Well, this is not braving the elements. It's, as you can see on the screen, it's 69 degrees Fahrenheit. It's it is not cold, and I appreciate that. That's American Flight 2403 touching down just as we speak from Atlanta, Georgia, an Airbus A321. Coming in from the home of Delta, arch rival. Christopher Cotton, Alpha Echo, says good evening and happy Good Friday from Pasadena, California, in the USA. Good to see you, Christopher. Two Tons of Love says it's standard used car dealership size, that flag. Yeah. I've seen flags that big at car dealerships before. I don't know, maybe not that big. That's a pretty big one. We got American Flight 21, I want to say 15, coming in from Miami, Florida. So we'll point our camera over yonder, share that picture with you. I think I may hear a UPS plane warming up over next to us. Are my ears deceiving me? So unusual because we've got another American Airlines plane. Can we catch this one? Sorry for that pan, but this plane as well is coming in from Miami, but it's arriving on the east side of the airport. It's an Airbus A321neo, flight 2828. That's as close as we can get to it, because it would be coming in on runway 17 left. That's about all of that we're going to see. I just took my headsets off to see if I could figure out which plane over there is getting ready to leave us. I think it may be this one right in front of us, because as we take a closer look, I believe that's a tug underneath the front gear there, getting ready to push it back. I think I see some activity in the cockpit of this mighty MD-11. Not showing up on the radar yet, but do a little research on this. This is this plane that we see here, according to airfleets.net, was originally put in service by Swiss Air in 1994. Then went over to Swiss International Airlines in 2002. In 2004, it switched over to Varig livery. It was stored in 2006, 2 years later. And then a year after that, it was taken up by UPS and turned into a cargo plane. So thank you, airfleets.net, for that background information.
Takeoff 18 left, envoy 3836.
Trying out our little background camera, but it's not quite light sensitive enough to give much of a picture.
American 1809 on a void for 18.
Activity over yonder on runway 18 left. And, you know, I was wrong about the Iberia plane. They're bringing that in here on the west side. Flight 6149 from Madrid, an Airbus A330-300. And it's now just about a minute or two away. So we'll shift our focus over there momentarily. Keeping an eye on this MD-11, which we expect to be moving out shortly.
1.9 headed. That's the runway 18 flight Iberia 1.9 headed.
And we're watching the winds blow the foliage about as we wait for the arrival of the Iberia plane from España. Ron C says, I don't see a cable. How do you get that behind the scenes camera video? Well, let's see here. Let's see if we can get this in focus. So here's the shot from the behind the scenes camera, which is a little dark tonight. Here's the camera, which is really a smartphone. It's a Pixel 6A, I think, smartphone. It is connected by what's called NDI, which effectively sends its signal over Wi-Fi to our home base over here. So it works pretty well. All right, in the yonder, we're about to see the Iberia plane coming in from Madrid. Hard to focus on when you can't see it.
R9B Park, 1 left, please take off American 788.
Oh, it's an A330-300. The flight has...
You're doing a YouTube feed?
Yes.
What's your channel?
It's on that sign right there, Runway DFW.
R9 Blair, 1 left, please take off American 768. Other place, American 788.
And there it goes. As we were watching that, we did get the signal that this MD-11 is getting ready to take off. It's like it's an MD-11 with flight number 767. Does that make any sense? No, I've always thought that doesn't make any sense.
$19.94.
And we salute this 20th century aircraft. There it goes. A snappy pushback. MD-11 forever, says Ronnie Johansson. Well, regrettably, that is not not the case, at least as far as UPS goes. We're only going to be seeing these planes for another year or maybe two as they retire their fleet, as does FedEx as well. It's a shame, but what are you going to do? And yes, I can smell those jet fumes. Malaysia A380 fan, Dallas, Australia. Guys, happy Easter from Melbourne, Australia. And Landis McGowie says, what to do? Lobby John Travolta to buy one. That's a solution, I guess. Are you watching John Travolta? Are those spinners? Don't let them hypnotize you. James Tokini says the ramp worker next to the nose gear looks like he's wired into the plane to talk to the pilots. We had something like that when I was in the Navy, and we needed to talk to the pilot during pre-flight. Yes, we do get to see that here with our up-close views of the ramp action at the UPS facility. Adam Martz checking in from Helena, Montana. Hello, Adam Martz. And Gavin Hamilton says that's the best part of the airport, the smell of the airplanes. Nova Rain is here. Heyo, Walt and chat peeps. Ron C. said, LOL, I thought Travolta preferred classic planes like the 707 and 727. Well, I don't know. This seems like a pretty classic plane at this point. Of course, Travolta did donate his 707 to an Australian preservation outfit. I can't remember what the name of it is, but I know it's in Australia, and I know they've been working to preserve classic jets. They've got I think a Connie, and what else? They've got a lot of other really interesting planes. Maybe I'll get to go see that sometime. Hey, Bill Platt, a channel member and moderator, has gifted 5 Runway DFW memberships. Bill, appreciate that. Thank you so much. Freddie O says the light reflection looks like the plane is smiling. Well, we're smiling back at you there.
Departure Runway 3575.
Sean says, good evening, Walton. All. Beto Basilio says hello from Arkansas. And there's Bill Platt says hello, all. And Sir Walt, thank you again for that kind contribution of memberships. Channel member Rob Thompson says good evening from Central South Dakota. And Freddie O says, is it HARS? Yes, HARS is what I'm thinking of. I don't know what I can't remember what it stands for. But yes, hats off to HARS. I see Facebook updates from them on a regular basis. I think they're trying to bring another classic plane over, and they're running into some issues with parts and whatnot. I think it's in the States right now, and they've got to get it all airworthy so they can transfer it across the pond. And Ron C says, what airline was it that made Travolta an honorary captain? And that would have been Qantas. Peter Redmond is our new subscriber. Thank you. Stratos 1758 says, good night. Greetings from Costa Rica. And there's Waz Radio. Warren down there in Sydney says it's HARS in the Illawarra, south of Sydney. I know I've seen some YouTube videos on it. I think, wasn't Jerry of Big Jet TV there recently? I believe he was. Let's see, are we missing anything? I don't think we're missing anything by focusing in on this plane right now. We just like to, we're kind of laid back here at Runway DFW After Dark. Always like to watch these planes hanging out, and a reminder that you are watching Runway DFW After Dark as we cross over to the 10 o'clock hour. There was another plane in the sky there in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, but I think it's just a refraction of the headlight. Yes, that's what it is. I've got some cabin lights on in there. In the cargo hold, it looks like. There's There's the tail of distinction. As you see a plane taking off there on the east side. So we've been pretty lucky with these MDs in recent days. They've all been taking off from here on the west side. Now historically, at least in my experience, that's not always been the case. Especially flights like this, which are going to Louisville. They will often dispatch those over to the east side for takeoff, but see what happens here. As we welcome Leopard 226 as our newest subscriber to Runway DFW After Dark right here, just after 10 o'clock Central Time in the USA. Hey, remember that 747 we saw coming in, the Korean Air 747? If you were here with us early on, well, it's lighting up the radar now. Well, now it's not on the radar. It will be going to Anchorage. I just don't know if we're going to see it go out whilst we are here with you. But yes, at least we're going to get to see this one take off. Always good to see the tri-jet rocket off into the evening sky. Off it goes to Muhammad Ali Airport in Louisville, the home of the UPS World Port. Emily Jones, our very newest subscriber here on Runway DFW. Thank you for that. New subscribers get the perk of being able to join in on the chat. So Emily, I hope you'll, there's a 5-minute waiting period, and after that you can chime in if you choose. Say hello. I know that our mods and the other people in the chat room are welcoming you even as I speak. Next arrival's coming in from Phoenix, Arizona. Did I miss it? I missed it. There it is. It's an Airbus A321. It's American Airlines flight 2365. And if you're just tuning in and you're wondering, was that an A380 I saw there? Yes, it is. And I know not everybody's been watching from the beginning, so just to fill you in, this plane is British Airways A380, which came in last Saturday to DFW Airport, and it's been here ever since. It had some hydraulic problems with one of its landing gear doors, and so there it sits, waiting for repairs to be completed. Pittsburgh Dawn 77 has gifted a Tri-Jet membership. Thank you, Dawn. And it looks like that went to a new member by the name of Cool Water. Barry Crowder saying hello from Reidsville, North Carolina. Gearhound 62 says Korean Air Flight 256 shows departure tomorrow at 7:20 a.m. So our hopes to see that 747 go out tonight are probably dashed. I guess it must have just popped up on the radar momentarily. Well, no, you know what? Because it's on the radar now, on the move, is that Korean Air Cargo 747. So that was flight 1855, Spirit Airlines, coming in from Detroit City, the Motor City, an Airbus A321. And if we allow ourselves to move our little camera over here this way, we're going to see the lights, the big bright lights of Korean Air Flight 256. This will be off to Anchorage. We saw it come in earlier from Atlanta. And we have another, well, it's our night. We have another Tri-Jet now pushing back. You see it there in the foreground. That one's also going to Louisville. So there you got two planes with a total of 7 engines. Not something you see too much any day these days. Too much. So that again is a 747-8 model. Headed back to the Far East by way of Anchorage. can hear the MD revving up in the background. So we salute that 20th century aircraft as we get ready to watch the departure of this Queen of the Skies taking off from the short T on runway 18 left. It's Runway DFW After Dark. Is that Frontier plane just landing from Denver? And this plane again going to Anchorage. King and Queen in the same shot there momentarily. Commercial aircraft royalty. Smoke a Slice Barbecue, happy to have you with us. The MD has turned on its headlight. It is on the move. That reminds me, there's an Eclipse coming. Those engines got synchronized somehow, and they're all emitting a tone I've never heard before. So once again, the Tri-Jet Flight 793 off to the UPS Worldport in Louisville. An MD-11. You see staring it down a Volaris A320 Neo, which I believe will be next in line to go to its destination of Mexico City. Flight 391. But we'll keep it here on the plane with 3 engines, because 3 is more than 2, right? Yeah, Michael says that was quite the hum. I don't know if it came across to you the way it came across to me, but I'd never heard that sound before. Alonzo Facha says it sounds a bit like an A220, which certainly can make a distinctive sound as it's revving up. Texas girl who was with us in person says, thanks guys, have a great Easter. She's still here. I'll wave to her if she's here. She was doing a little plane spotting for me earlier. Raina Taylor getting a little woozy, so I'm going to go now. I need to lay down in my bed. Everyone have a great Easter, and I'll see you guys later. Raina, thank you so much. Thank you for being a long-time member of the channel, one of our earliest members, celebrating an anniversary tonight. Gust of wind buffets us about. Here we go off to Louisville.
RNAV Park, clear for takeoff 18 left, UPS 793.
We're not done with cargo yet, as we have ABX Air Flight 102 getting ready. It looks like it's pushing back now off to the Queen City of Cincinnati. It's a 767, and usually it's an older 767. We'll check that out momentarily. Yes, indeed, it's an older plane. We'll get to the details of that when we see it make an appearance. So we've seen 2 tri-jets leave. We've got 2 left. I don't think we'll see either one of those departing. Although the one on the left has its cargo doors closed, so who knows? There is the East Tower of DFW Airport, along with the skyline of Dallas in the background. Michael Benvenuto says, MD-11s amaze me is how quick they rocket into the air. Yeah, that's pretty much a hallmark of their departures. My question is, I don't know if anybody has ever answered this, if they would take off that way when they were being used as passenger planes, or is that just a cargo thing? I mean, you know, would it be too disruptive to a passenger to go almost like at that 45-degree angle up in the sky? I don't know. I remember being on, I don't know if it was MD-11s or DC-10s, but I know I was on that style of tri-jet back in the day as a passenger. But I can't remember if it seemed any different on takeoff than a narrow body plane of the day. Smoke and Slice Barbecue says, I'm looking into a pilot school here in Shreveport, Louisiana. Not completely sure about it. There you see, did you just see that? There's some kind of a searchlight going through the sky as we look towards the east here. Tim L814 is our newest subscriber. Tim, glad to see you with us. Do a quick check on our subscribers. We're up to 18,754. And as you might have guessed, we're in a bit of a lull right now as far as operations go. Let me see what we've got here. So the ABX Air is supposed to go out at 10:47, so we may, it's about 20 minutes away. We have another MD-11, which is scheduled to go out. Well, speak of the devil, there it is. And you'll never guess where this one is going. Yes, it's going to Louisville. You get a bit of a smoky start there. Another 20th century plane for you.
1994.
Hello in there. May well be our last flight of the, or our last featured plane of the evening. Let's see if we have anything of note which will be arriving or departing. No, normally we see the plane, the Qantas flight, go out to Sydney, but I don't see it on the list here today. We also normally see the American flight go out to Auckland, New Zealand, but maybe it's a seasonal flight. Perhaps that has ended. So I'm definitely not seeing it here.
RNAV B Park 18 left, clear for takeoff. Good evening, arrangement 5. Tower Delta 5 take with you, inbound, visual 1 left. One right clear, 5.
So it looks like March 27th, 2 days ago, was the last flight to Auckland. And it was a daily flight, so I think its run has ended for the winter season, I'm guessing. Douglas Serrano says it's MD-11 night. Yes. I can think of worse things. Ron C. says they don't want to be late to the overnight party in Louisville. Well, I bet Sierra Bravo TV there in Louisville gets to see a lot more tri-jets than we ever do. Sierra Bravo TV down there in Louisville, or up there in Louisville, with their YouTube channel. Looks like it's winking at us. Carlo Longerbeam says, I hope to see you all Sunday if Walt is going to stream. If you celebrate, I hope everyone has a blessed Easter. Thank you, Carla. One of our channel members. And she goes on to say, thank you for our wonderful, fantastic mods. They deserve our gratitude and appreciation as well. And I say, hear, hear. Couldn't have a better set of mods. And we've got some pretty darn great viewers, too.
Left on the way on the base,
right left, group takeoff, RNF flare, now 12344. Roger, flight 1835, thank you very much.
So once again, this is flight 3902 off to Louisville.
Alright, with across 18 left, right
And I do believe this will be either our last takeoff of the night, or we may wait for that ABX, but that often goes over to the east side for takeoff.
20 left, line, Boyd, American 46. Whiskey Golf, American 46.
Adam Turner says, so ready for this Eclipse drama to be done. They're charging $200 a car of $281 to just park and watch. Yeah, I guess there are some who see it as a money-making opportunity. There are all sorts of small communities across here in North Texas and in southern Oklahoma that will be in the path of totality. I looked it up, and where I live, which is 50 miles away from us, my location will be the sun will be covered 99.9 or 8% by the moon. There will just be a sliver of non-totality at my location. So otherwise, I could just stay home and bring you coverage. But I'll be hitting the road on that Monday, April 8th, and we'll do a show. So I hope you can be there with us if you are not in the path of totality. 2 Tons of Love says the flight from Auckland is en route, flight 34, but nothing scheduled after that. Yeah, it looks like again, it's a seasonal flight, and I guess the season has ended. Robert Kublawi says, love those MD-11s, classics. Yeah, that's kind of why we linger on them as we do here when we get the chance to, because, you know, come back a year from now, we may not be seeing any of them. Certainly 2 years from now, so it's kind of almost a bit of historical preservation for plane spotters of the future. So if you're watching us in the future, this is what it looked like in the past. Back in the olden days when we had these planes with 3 jets.
Line up and wait. Runway 18 left, friendly flight 35.
wasted no time to take to the skies. Passengers in Terminal D getting a nice view of the rotation. And so we turn our attention now to our final plane of the night, the ABX plane, going to Cincinnati.
RNAV beam bar, 185 Eclipse takeoff, run 35.
1988.
So there's a 767-300 dating back to the year 1988. 35 years old, will be 36 come October.
On after learn, 1 is left for takeoff on board 3412, thank you. 1 8 left, line up and wait on board 9871.
And this aircraft, according to airfleets.net, started life as a Qantas aircraft in the year 1988. It got converted to a freighter 13 years ago in 2011. And it's been operated by ABX Air since 2012. Regrettably for us, it appears to be on a trajectory to go across the bridge over to the east side for takeoff to Cincinnati. So a lot of history behind this aircraft.
Line of point, 1 8 left, American 71.
So there it goes, off to get some Cincinnati chili.
Departure on board 9871.
Hold short 1 8 left on board 40.
And I think that's going to do it for us. I don't see anything of tremendous interest left for us to take a look at tonight. So let me get things in order here. Play a little music.
Wait, 1 8 left on board 3588.
You've been watching Runway DFW live from Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. With me, your host, Walt. Got some people to thank, in addition to all of you who are watching right now. And where is this? Here we go. James Webb, our channel sponsor. Thank you to you, James, as we get a searchlight going across the sky there. Much appreciated for that. We'd like to thank also Kevin of Airline Videos Live for letting us use his power supplies to keep us on the air. They'll be ready on your next visit, Kevin, for you, all charged up. And hey, the Runway DFW Moderation Federation, which has provided us with just wonderful moderation skills. They know how to do this. They're the experts. And so thanks to each and every one of you as well. So we'll be back, I'm going to say, let's just say on Sunday. We'll be back Sunday. Watch for our, we'll put out a notice there of when we're going to be coming at you on Sunday. Probably in the afternoon. That sound good? Easter Sunday afternoon. We'll be with you then. So, for me, we'll also have Chat Extravaganza after we do our little sign-off here. So stand by for Chat Extravaganza, where you become the star of the show. We'll see you next time on Runway DFW. Happy contrails to you until we meet again.
Travel arrangements for overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.
Right 190, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff on runway 3614. 20 left, line up away at American 2378.
All right, we're going to tone down that music. We're going to acknowledge a $5 super chat from Jim O'Leary. McFlurry cash for Walt Streifel. You know, I've never had a McFlurry, believe it or not. But I may stop off and get a little snack on the way home. But yes, it is time now for the exclusive feature of Runway DFW called Chat Extravaganza. Need some better music for that. But Chat Extravaganza is where we, I just kind of pack up here, really, and then you watch me pack up. Or the main thing is you get to talk to yourselves for a little longer, chat amongst yourselves. So let's do that now. We'll get the official Chat Extravaganza going. I may move this camera that you are looking at me at, but we'll see what happens on the Runway DFW Chat Extravaganza.
American 357. Wing 18 left, American 446.
Runway 18 left, envoy 3330.
Departure, good night, American 357. Keep speed up, crossing 18 left on Whiskey Lima United. Good night, American 446. Okay, Foxtrot, bridge, ground point is on the bridge, 90 to
Right heading 190, Eclipse takeoff, 18 left on board 3338.
18 left, American 25, 58.
Double play. Solid gold.
Departure good night on board 3338.
Everything up 18 left, American 25, 58. 18 left, line up the way, American 1798. Parking. Echo Alpha, hold short, way left, American 630.
Get with the conversation. The happy voice. Here's another blast from the past.
Arnett Polaris, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 1798. 18 left, line up the way, American 1679. American 25, 58. Echo Bravo, hold short, left,
Oldies back to back.
American 1798, good evening, sir.
The brightest blend of music all in one place.
Alright, clear for takeoff, 18 left, RNF to Laren, onboard 3740. Pretty slow, line up, wait. 18 left, line, wait, that was 48 12. March American, 3740 over to Barge, we'll see you. 18 left, line away, American 2564. Takeoff 18 left, American 2564, good day. 20 left, left, wait, all the way 34. Departure American 207.
This is the bright blend of easy rock.
RNAV layer 18 left, clear for takeoff on Void 3414.
18 left on the button, 2734.
Partial CL later 414. Departure American 455, see ya.
Delta 1516 visual, 18 right. Good land, 18.
all day for your favorite songs.
Well, everyone, that I think is going to about conclude our latest episode of Chat Stravaganza. We had a couple of people kind of stop by and say hello and mostly ask questions about what are you doing? What's going on? And so we'll let them know. And you know, they understand because they come out here to watch airplanes, and so we tell them that we're just sharing this experience with people who can't come out here to watch airplanes. So I've got, as you can see, I've got a couple of things still have to pack up, but that will put us off the air. So I hope you enjoyed your chat stravaganza. And I think we'll be back on Sunday afternoon, tentatively. I've got to check the weather and see. But if that works out, we may be here for an Easter Sunday afternoon broadcast from DFW International Airport. But until then, thank you so much for your viewership tonight, for your likes, for your subscriptions, and of course to our very loyal members, and to the Runway DFW Moderation Federation family for hanging out there with us tonight. We'll see you again soon on Runway DFW. Happy contrails to you until we meet again, and I'll see you soon.